Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to session number 1 of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming 2021. Now, it's been a while since we've all been together as a swimming community, a swimming family, and over the coming days we've got over 900 athletes, nearly 1,000 athletes competing in a variety of events, from the 400 metres freestyle to the 50 metres freestyle next weekend in London. It's been a spectacular summer of sport with the Euro 2020, Wimbledon, and of course the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, of which TGB and British Swimming have been doing absolutely astounding work. And let's hope we can replicate that in the pool this morning with the 400 metres freestyle and indeed the 400 metres individual medley. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be back.
Swimmers and coaches, can we please have any competitors for the first event, the boys 400 metre freestyle, to the marshalling area immediately, please. Any competitors for the first event, the boys 400 freestyle, to the marshalling area immediately, please.
Before we get on to the first event of this morning's proceedings, I wish to introduce to you the lead referee, Jerry Metcalf. She is joined on the pool side by Stephen Christian, who is also a referee. The starter for today's session is Dave Robinson. I'm Ralph Munster, and I'm delighted to be joined in the commentary box with Chris Maloney. On to the first event then, event 111, the men's 12 to 14 years, 400 meters freestyle, heat 1 of 5, referee. Well, it's hard to imagine that only a few months ago this pool was empty of water. It's looking pretty full now with only 7 swimmers in the water. In lane number 1 from Team Luton we have Owen Roberts. In lane 2, Ollie Fenwick from Verulam. Lane number 3, Oscar Hunter from Norwich Swan. Lane 4, Daniel Andrews from Houndstead. Lane number 5, Ethan Thorpe from Basildon and Phoenix. Lane number 6, Henry Bird from Putteridge, and in lane number 7, Aidan Scott from St Felix School. The 400 freestyle then, a relatively grueling event. In lane number 5 though, Ethan Thorpe taking it in his stride. He's out quite substantially. Followed in lane number 3 by Oscar Hunter and Daniel Andrews in lane 3 and 4. 1:12.04, very good split from him. He's followed very closely indeed by Oscar Hunter, about a 1.3 seconds. Daniel Andrews in 3rd. Those 3 starting to break away from the rest of the pack, but it seems that Henry Bird of Putteridge wants to come and join them. Notable performance as well from Ollie Fenwick, who was also doing his best to come into that pack of swimmers there. But very close at the 150 metre mark with Ethan Thorpe still just in the front. As they near the halfway stage then, it's going to be about who has the most energy, that back end speed, making sure that they have enough to deliver a strong finish here, but it seems that Ethan Thorpe starting to dig in deeper here. In the battle for 3rd place we have Henry Bird in from Putteridge and Oscar Hunter from Norwich Swan. That gap starting to widen now, 3, 4, 5 seconds in between Thorpe and Andrews as they're on to the halfway stage, the final 200 metres of this 4. Thorpe, Andrews and Bird still in that front pack, with still Thorpe, that gap has closed slightly. Seems to be something which is occurring on the turn, but is Thorpe going to be able to break away with his stroke in this 50 metre pool? The athletes then coming on to their final 100 metres at this turn. Thorpe is first, Hunter second, Andrews takes 3rd at the moment. Final 100 metres then, we're at the 300 metre mark of that turn. Final 100, the swimmer's going to be starting to dig in deep here. Starting to get all that energy that they've trained for over the last few months back in the water. But it's looking like a very strong swim for Oscar Hunter here. He's really digging in deep. It looks like he's just pulled in front as they come on to the final 50 meters of this 4. Hunter in the lead by about a second. Thorpe closely behind him as they come into that final 50 now. It's going to be very, very tight. Lots of white splash coming from the arms and the legs. It's going to be a real race to the end. And it looks like Thorpe is just pulling in front of Oscar Hunter in lane number 3. He's led the way, but it was in doubt. It seems that he is going to be able to take the win in this first event, and he does with a time of 5:14.88. Oscar Hunter just slightly behind, 5:16.31. Taking third is Daniel Andrews, 5:23.73, and Henry Bird manages to get fourth place with a time of 5:24.71. Looking at the entry times there, some fantastic PBs from all of those boys there. And of course we still have Ollie Fenwick in lane number 2 swimming, and Aidan Scott.
Event 111, the boys 400 metre freestyle, heat number 2. Referee.
It's worth noting that there are no finals in this competition, so it is all heat declared winner, which means that all of these boys are going to be battling it out for those up to grabs medals, of which I'm sure all of them want to be able to achieve, as well as some fantastic times. But in lane number 1 we have Will Riley of Team Ipswich, lane 2 Cousin Rears from the city of Peterborough, lane number 3 Toby Lashmar from Basildon and Phoenix, lane 4 Oscar Winterburn from Team Ipswich, lane number 5 Jude Gunner from St Felix, lane 6 Jamie Wilson from Wisbech, lane number 7 Harry Alexander from Team Ipswich, and in lane 8 Zach Fellows from Cheshunt. And at the 100 turn, the quarter turn, it's Oscar Winterburn in first, Jude Gunner following him very, very closely indeed, with Tommy Lashmar in third position. Very strong swim from all of the boys here. The 400's all about making sure that you find a right pace, a comfortable pace, and then trying to hold that. I'm sure they've been doing that in training, but at that 150 mark, it is still Oscar Winterburn in first, only around 0.9 separating him from Jude Gunner in lane 2, Toby Lashmar in third, with Kassan Rios and Will Riley very close together, only a few milliseconds in that. But starting to close the gap here, Jude Gunner on Oscar Winterburn. At At the halfway stage then, Oscar Winterburn still in first position. Jude Gunner just very closely behind in second, with Toby Lashmar and Harry Alexander in third and fourth position here. Oscar Winterburn starting to pick up the pace. Jude Gunner not going to let him get away that easily though. That gap has started to widen then, now about 2 seconds in between as we come on to the final 150 metres of this 400. Very close set of results there behind these two gentlemen. Kassan Rees back into third position, Will Riley, Toby Lashmar, Harry Alexander, all very, very close indeed for that third position here. But it's Oscar Winterburn who's starting to increase that stroke rate, that white splash starting to increase an awful lot. That gap still at about 2 seconds between him and Gunner as they're on to the final 100 metres now. Starting to dig in deep, starting to use all of that energy. But Oscar Winterburn really starting to widen the gap here between himself and Jude Gunner. It's going to be very interesting to see if that 2 second gap at the turn remains. About 4 metres in front. Winterburn 4:25.64. That gap has widened about 4 seconds there in between him and Jude Gunner, but it's going to be Oscar Winterburn who's starting to speed away from Jude Gunner on this 400 freestyle, himself against the clock. His entry time of 5:14.69, going to be very, very interesting to see what he does there. It's looking on course to be quite a substantial PB here, with Jude Gunner really starting to chase him down into that final thing, but it's definitely going to be Oscar Winterburn of Team Ipswich who takes first position, 5:01.53. Jude Gunner 5:06.12, and in that third position it looks like Will Riley is coming into view here in lane number 1. He takes it with a time of 5:15.66, so quite a substantial PB there for Oscar and Jude. Indeed, most of the swimmers in that, as we wait for Jamie Wilson and Zach Fellows to finish. And that concludes heat number 2 of the 400 metres freestyle. The results should be appearing on screen shortly. And there are the confirmed results of heat number 2.
Event 111, the boys 400 freestyle, heat number 3. Referee.
Well, a number of swimmers in this heat have gone sub 5 minutes, around 4, so they're going to be looking to maintain that and improve it, with the rest of those chaps going to be aiming for that sub 5 minute, a really impressive and important barrier in the 400 metres freestyle. In lane number 1 from Braintree, Albert Oley. Lane 2, Louis Allen from Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 3, Robert Fenner from Basildon and Phoenix. Lane number 4, Thomas Spielman from Stowmarket. Lane 5, Harrison Shaw from Flitwick. Lane 6, George Prince from Hatfield. Lane 7, Jamie Conti from Basildon and Phoenix. And in lane 8, Ben Every from St Felix. Well, it's a fantastic start from Jamie in lane number 7. He was first up off of the start. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can maintain that. 105.87, not a bad split at all for the first 100. Harrison Shaw in lane number 2 in second position at the moment, followed by Ben Every in lane number 3. Still all to play for. But Jamie Comity in lane number 7 starting to pull away. He's flanked by George Prince and Ben Every. Around 2 seconds separated Comity and Shaw in lane 7 and 5. Very interesting as we start to get towards the back. 1, 2 and 3, Oli, Allen and Fenner still all together, possibly pacing off of each other, working together, possibly pushing each other on at that time.
Swimmers and coaches, can we have the competitors please for event 112? The girls 400 metre individual medley to the marshalling area, please. Girls for the second event, the 400 metre individual medley to the marshalling area, please.
A much tighter heat than we've seen in the last two, only about 5 to 6 seconds in between first and 8th. That gap now that ground which Jamie Conti in lane number 7 had won in the first 200 metres starting to be lost. As Harrison Shaw and Ben Every in lane 5 and 8 start to come up that flank. Every turns first there, Harrison Shaw in second position, only a few milliseconds in between them as we start to come on to the final 100 metres here. But all of those boys you can see on the footage working incredibly hard to try and achieve those personal bests here. But it's Ben Every, he's speeding away as he comes onto the 100, starting to put the afterburners on. Every in front, followed by Prince, Shaw and Comity. 2 seconds in between Every and that group of 3. Ben Every now, lots of white water coming from those legs. With George Prince of Hatfield doing his best to claw it back. He's flanked on the right by Harrison Shaw of Flitwick. The final 50 metres to go here. That gap has significantly shrunk between Every and Prince as they start to come on to that final 50 metres now. It looks like Prince of Hatfield is just in front of Every in lane number 8. Final 25 metres then, Every still in front, only just. It's going to be very, very, very tight on the touch here as they come into the final few metres of this 400 freestyle. And as they come into the final 5, it looks like George Prince is just going to take that with a time of 4:54.40. Very, very tight on that finish there. Ben Every in lane number 2, 4:55.26. And in third, Harrison Shaw, 4:59.38. Some fantastic swims there, with nearly all of those boys going sub 1 minute. As we await official confirmation of the results, there they are. George Prince first, second, Ben Every and Harrison Shaw in third.
Event 111, the boys 400 freestyle heat number 4. Referee.
All of the swimmers in this heat going sub 5 minutes. Not much in between them at all, around 2 seconds between the fastest seeded and the slowest seeded. In lane 1 we have Alex Harrop from Team Ipswich. Lane 2, James Gubinar from Harlow. Lane number 3, Ruben Atley from Team Ipswich. Lane 4, Edward Ormsey from City of Cambridge. Lane 5, Milo Milton from City of Norwich. Lane number 6, Joe Power from Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 7, Lucas Hartley from Hatfield. And in lane 8, Kevin Moldovan from Harlow Penguins.
Can we have final call for all girl competitors for the 400 IM, please? Competitors for the girls 400 IM to the marshalling area, please.
So right from the start then, Ruben in lane number 3, leading the way there. Second position, the orange hat of Basildon and Phoenix in lane number 7, Joe Power there. Around 3 seconds between Ruben and Joe. Edward Ormsey in lane number in third position. He's only around 3 seconds from the top spot at the moment. But it certainly seems that Team Ipswich's Ruben Atley in lane 3 doing tremendously well here as we come on to the halfway stage. That 200 split is going to be a 2:14.86, followed by Joe Power 2:17.66 and Edward Ormsey in 2:19.07. Going to be very interesting there. On course, definitely for sub 5 minutes for, I would say, the vast majority of these boys, but still all to play for, still 200 meters to go. But Ruben Atley of Team Ipswich is speeding away here in lane number 3. What a fantastic swim he's had thus far. Joe Power, Milo Milton, Edward Ormsey, all very, very tight in that spot for second and third place. But as you can see on your screen, quite a substantial gap between Ruben in lane number 3 and all of the other swimmers as we start to come on to the final 100 meters now. It's the orange hat of Basildon and Phoenix starting to pull away from the 2 in 4 and 5. 4 seconds between Joe Power and Ruben Atley. Edward Ormsey and Milo Milton very close there for third position, only around 0.1 in it there. If I wanted to do the maths, it was 0.09, I do believe. But who's led from the start, who's going to be having an incredibly strong finish, I imagine, it's going to be Ruben Atley of Team Ipswich. That gap has just widened and widened and widened over the course of this 400 meters freestyle. That gap now of 5 seconds between him and Edward Ormsby in lane number 4. Joe Power, Milo Milton very close there for third position. James Gurupinar wants to get some of the action. He's coming up on the inside in lane number 2, but to no surprise To anyone who was watching this, particularly from the 200, it's going to be Ruben Orti of Team Ipswich who takes first position there. 4:39.34. Edwin Ormsey in lane at number 4 in second position, 4:42.12. And James Gupinar coming up on the outside takes third with a time of 4:44.19. All of those chaps sub 5 minutes there, absolutely fantastic stuff. As we wait for confirmation of the official results, and there they are here. Moving on to heat number 5, the timed final of the men's 12 to 14 years, 400 metres freestyle. In lane number 8, we have Massimo Goriami from Colchester. In lane number 1 from Team Ipswich, Pat Robinson. In lane number 7 from the City of Cambridge, James Williamson. In lane number 2 from Basildon and Phoenix, Isaac Frugura. In lane 6 from Colchester, Sanjis Chechens. Lane number 7 from Colchester, Zach Troman. In lane number 5 from Team Ipswich, it's Ben Howlett. And in lane number 4 from the City of Cambridge, it's Ryan Wall. Over to you, referee. On to the time final now. These boys will be wanting their medals, all of them 14, except Massimo in lane number 8, who is 13 years old. Looking for personal best, some strong starts from all of these gents in the water. And at the first 50 metres then, lane number 3, Zach Troman leading the way, Isaac Farugia in lane number 2, and Ryan Wall in 4 in 1, 2 and 3. Not much in it at the moment. We're going to expect to see some sort of break possibly, particularly after this 100 metres, but Ben Howlett in lane number 5, he's starting to lane number 6, Sanjis Chechens in first position, Ryan Wall in for the fastest seed here in second, Zach Troman in third. Very, very close up in those 1, 2, 3 and 4 positions here. Zach Troman of Colchester and Ryan Wall of the City of Cambridge here, with Isaac Ferragia of Basildon and Phoenix, all incredibly close there. Still incredibly tight as we are at the halfway stage now. Ryan Wall just taking that first position, Sanjis Chechens in second, Zach Troman in third, and Isaac Farugia in lane number 2 in fourth at the moment. Ryan Wall starting to break away here. Not much in it at all, but it is a visible expression of leadership as he's at the turn. 2:49.19, only about a second and a bit in it between him and Zach Troman, Sanjiz Chechens and Isaac Ferrugia battling it out here for third position. But as we've seen time and time again in this 400 meters freestyle, it's the back end speed which is really going to power the boys here. It's really going to ensure that they're getting those personal best times. The question we all have on our minds is, will Ryan Wall be able to keep this up? Or will Zach Troman, Sanjiz Chechens, are they going to have a better power of back speed in this 400 meters freestyle? Ryan Wall seems to be holding off, defending any challengers here. Zach Troman putting in a really good show in lane number 3. The final 50 meters there, it's still all to play for. There's only 2 seconds in between Wall and Troman. But Wall really starting to power away here. Lots of white, powerful leg kick here. That back end speed really doing him fantastic favors as he tries to get a personal best here. It's going to be around the 4:30 mark, one would predict. And there it is. When we get confirmation of that, I can see Ryan Wall 4:32.83, Zach Troman getting second 4:36.47, and Sanjiz Chechens getting third position 4:37.72. And that concludes the men's 400 meters freestyle. The results, the confirmed results, should be on your screen shortly for those of you at home. Some fantastic starts there. At the beginning of this, it was all very close. Even at the turn, those four in front all the way, but Ryan Wall starting to pull away as we saw, and what a finish there for Ryan Wall of the city of Cambridge. And the confirmed results for the final heat of the men's 400 meters freestyle there.
And so we move on to event 112, which is the girls' 400 meter individual medley. Heat number 1, referee. So this event will be swum in a total of 4 heats. In this first heat we have just the 4 swimmers. In lane 3, Victoria Marchinek for West Norfolk. In lane 4, Ella Greatbatch for Bishop Stortford. Lane 5 is Eloise Cole for Modernians. And in lane 6, Adria Raudanaiti for Newmarket. The individual medley, the event that highlights all 4 strokes. We start with the butterfly. And very strong to start with is in lane 5. That is Eloise Cole for Modernians, pulling out a 4 or 5 metre lead even on the first 50, going very strongly indeed. Adria, Ella and Victoria all in a line, battling hard for second. But it is Eloise way out in front at the first stroke change. Over she goes. 1:15.02 onto the backstroke. Adria Raudenite for Newmarket now a little clear in second, just over 1.5 seconds. Ella and Victoria still pretty much together, but out in front now by some 15 metres. It is Eloise Cole for Modernians in lane 5. Eloise's entry time for this event given at 6:14.09. Going through the 150 metre turn, coming back now. Still nothing to choose between the other three swimmers battling for second. It is now Victoria Marcinek for West Norfolk who taking second position. That 15 metre lead for Eloise Cole extending still further. She's coming up to half distance now. Changing on to the breaststroke. Over she goes, 2:43.67. That 1.5 second lead that Adria had over Victoria appears to have shrunk quite significantly. Now there's only 0.1 between Adria in second, Ella now in third, but Victoria still only half a metre behind. All onto the breaststroke now. So often in the individual medley, it is the breaststroke that can be the telling stroke. For those of you up early this morning who watched the mixed medley 400 this morning, a certain Mr. Petey really showed just how much the breaststroke tells in the individual medley. And we can see in lane 4, Ella Greatbatch going very well indeed on the breaststroke, closing Eloise down. The gap may still be 7 seconds, but it is shrinking with every stroke. Third now Victoria, Adria just behind. We can see that gap now, which was 15, 17 metres, it's now down to 2 or 3 metres. Ella Greatbatch for Bishop Stortford going absolutely steaming on this final breaststroke leg. The gap's down to 2 metres now. And here comes Ella moving up onto Eloise's shoulder. She's going to go past her on the breaststroke. Ella with an entry time of 6:09.90, quickest on paper for this heat. And on she goes onto the freestyle. Eloise now 1.5 seconds behind. Final 100, Eloise coming back at Ella again, another lead change. Ella responding, a little bit of a battle going on here into the final turn. Eloise Cole having been pulled back during the breaststroke leg, she's now back in front. Final turn, 1.1 seconds ahead. Eloise starting to pull clear now. Has Ella got anything left in the tank for this final 25 metres? Victoria through her final turn. Over goes Adria as well. But it is 20 metres to go. Eloise Cole for Modernian starting to pull ahead. Into the final 5. Is she going to go sub 6 minutes? And it does look that way. 5:59.74 for Ella, but 5:56.91 for Eloise Cole for Modernians. And Victoria comes in to take third. Event 112, the girls 400 metre individual medley, heat number 2. Referee. In lane 1 we have Eleanor McLeod for Putteridge, lane 2 Ella Dawson Chelmsford, lane 3 Bethany Crawley for Team Ipswich, lane 4 Ella Edwards for Basildon Phoenix, lane 5 Annie McLeod for Putteridge, lane 6 Amelia Saunders for Leiston, lane 7 Angelica Lazaskaiti for Watford, and in lane 8 Abigail Riches for Norwich Swan.
I have the confirmed results for the event 111, the men's 12 to 14 years 400 metres freestyle. In the 12 years age group, in third place was Ethan Thorpe of Basildon and Phoenix. In second, Jude Gunner of St Felix School. And in first, Jamie Comity of Basildon and Phoenix. In the 13 years age group, in third position, Alex Harrop from Team Ipswich. Second place goes to Massimo Curiamni from Colchester, and in first position, Ruben Alty from Team Ipswich. And in the 14 years age group, in third position, from Colchester, Sanjiz Chechens. In second position, Zach Troman of Colchester, and in first, Ryan Wall of the City of Cambridge. If the medal winners would like to go and collect their medals by going down the back staircase onto poolside, that would be most appreciated. And just a reminder to all of those, whether you're at the pool or watching on the live stream, that all the results are available online. Go to the Swim England East Region Twitter page and follow the links there.
So a bit closer this heat. In lane 2 it is Ella Dawson from Chelmsford who is leading just by a metre or so from Ella Edwards for Basildon. Going through the 150 metre mark, that lead 1.5 seconds from Ella Edwards second. Abby Richards in lane 8 going well in third for Norwich Swan. Those three a couple of metres clear from Bethany Crawley for Team Ipswich in lane 3. Very little to choose between our three leading swimmers, only a metre separating them as they come up to half distance, going on to the breaststroke, turning pretty much together. Ella 251.85, 251.92 for Abby in lane 8, and 251.98 for Ella in lane 2, but we can see now immediately lane 4, Ella Edwards for Basildon Phoenix, pulling strongly on the breaststroke leg. Ella storming away, opening up a 5, 6, 7 metre lead already as she goes down to the far end of the pool. Starting to come through, Beth Crawley as well for Team Ipswich in lane 3, now challenging for second. Ella 3:37.18, way out in front now. Abby Riches in lane 8 second, 3:44, so a 7-second lead now for Ella Edwards. Looks like it is still just Abigail Riches in second for Norwich Swan. Bethany Crawley for Team Ipswich in lane 3 in third, but coming up to three-quarter distance. In lane 4, it's Ella Edwards for Basildon Phoenix. Over she goes, 4:27.38. On to the freestyle. Abigail Riches for Norwich Swan will turn second. She's 4:36.43. Just ahead of Bethany Crawley for Team Ipswich in third, and Ella Dawson for Chelmsford in fourth. Eight or 9 metre lead still for Ella Edwards as she goes through the final turn. 50 metres to go, 5:07.61. Ella's entry time for this event is 5:58.57. Abigail Riches still second, just over a second ahead of Bethany Crawley in third. But it is the final 25 metres for Ella Edwards for Basildon Phoenix. Just racing the clock. 5:58.57. She's going to be well inside that with 5:44.85. Abigail Riches for Norwich Swan coming in to take second in lane 8. 5:52.93. And Bethany Crawley also going under 6 minutes with a time of 5:58.83. Fourth goes to Amelia Saunders and Annie McLeod takes fifth. Just to remind all swimmers and coaches that the pool will be open for a swim down at the completion of this event. There will be a 10-minute swim down at the completion of this event. Event 112, the girls 400 metre individual medley, heat number 3. Referee. In lane 1 we have Chloe Barnard for Basildon Phoenix, lane 2 Olivia Mahoney for City of Peterborough. Lane 3, Charlotte Shaw for City of Peterborough. Lane 4 is Rebecca Brown for Stowmarket. Lane 5, Holly Hawkins for Basildon Phoenix. Lane 6, Lexi Goodman for Basildon Phoenix. Lane 7, Isla Hamilton for Norwich Swan. And in lane 8, it's Maria Stancio for Chelmsford. So this heat much closer on the butterfly. This time we have 4 swimmers pretty much in a line. Lanes 1, 3, 5 and 6. Chloe Barnard, Charlotte Shaw, Holly Hawkins and Lexi Goodman. Looks like it might just be Holly Hawkins. No, Lexi Goodman just in front coming into the first stroke change at 100 metres. And it is Lexi Goodman, 1:14.69, just over a second ahead of Holly Hawkins second, Charlotte Shaw for Peterborough third, and Chloe Barnard in fourth in lane one, onto the backstroke. The Basildon teammates Holly and Lexi matching each other pretty much stroke for stroke as they swim away from us to the far end. Looks like Holly just starting to edge away a little by maybe half a metre or so. Going into the turn, Holly Hawkins 1:59.98, Charlotte Shaw for Peterborough actually in second, just a whisker ahead of Lexi in third, and Chloe Barnard in fourth. Only a couple of metres still separating those four. Holly Hawkins just a metre or so clear from Chloe Barnard, who's had an excellent backstroke leg. Coming up to half distance, over they go onto the breaststroke. Holly 2:44.43, Chloe Barnard 2:44.82, so only half a second separating them. Nobody appearing to have a significant advantage on the breaststroke leg. It is still Holly Hawkins for Basildon Phoenix in lane 5 leading. Chloe Barnard for Basildon Phoenix over the far side in second. Holly's lead 1.6 seconds. Charlotte Shaw in third, Lexi Goodman in fourth. The gaps between our first four swimmers appearing to remain pretty much the same. 25 metres to go with the breaststroke leg. About 4 metre lead now for Holly Hawkins for Basildon Phoenix. Coming up to the 300 metre mark, over onto the freestyle. Over she goes, 4:20.67. Chloe on 4:24.59, so 3.9 second lead as they enter the final 100 metre freestyle leg. Third, Charlotte Shaw. Fourth, Lexi Goodman. Fifth, Olivia Mahoney. Chloe Barnard for Basildon Phoenix looking very strong on the freestyle. Looks like she's starting to challenge Holly now. Going into the final turn, it looks like it might be Chloe Barnard. Yes, it is. 50 to go. She's now half a second ahead of Holly Hawkins. Chloe looking strong, but it looks like Holly is trying to fight back. 25 metres to go. Chloe with a lead of maybe half a metre. Into the final 10. I think Chloe Barnard for Basildon Phoenix is going to hold on. It's going to be close though. Holly finishing very strongly indeed. They're coming into the touch together. But it is Chloe Barnard for Basildon Phoenix. 5:42.45. Just 0.1 ahead of Holly Hawkins taking second and Lexi Goodman in third.
And that concludes heat number 3 of the women's 400 meters individual medley. The confirmed results shall be on the screen now. Moving on to heat number 4, the timed final of the women's 400 meters individual medley. In lane number 8 from Norwich Swan, Amara Addison. In lane number 1 from Basildon and Phoenix, Gracie Parker. In lane number 7 from the city of Norwich, Grace Greenhalgh. In lane number 2 from Basildon and Phoenix, Lexi O'Connor. In lane number 6 from Norwich Swan, Charlotte Smith. In lane number 3 from Basildon and Phoenix, Daisy Manning. In lane number 5 from Chelmsford, Lisa Lineman. And in lane number 4 from Chelmsford, Kate Cotter. This is the timed final of the women's 400 meters individual medley. Over to you, referee. Some very strong swims from the athletes here in the 400 meters individual medley thus far. We'll be expecting some even stronger ones in this timed final here. Some really good starts here, particularly lane 8, Amara Addison of Norwich Swan. Looking like she's taking the lead on this first 50 meters of the butterfly. It's going to be Daisy Manning in first, Kate Cotter in second, Grace Greenhalgh in third. Not much in it at all, 31.92 the fastest. Only about a second, 2 seconds between her and sixth position. Some very strong swims here though. Daisy Manning in lane number 3 leading the way. City of Norwich's Grace Greenhalgh in lane 7 doing fantastically well, looking incredibly strong on this fly length as they finish up this 100 and turn onto their 100 metre backstroke. Grace Greenhalgh, City of Norwich, 111.09. Daisy Manning only a few milliseconds behind her there, 111.77. Kate Cotter, 111.83. As I said, not much in it at all. As they go onto the backstroke in lane 3, Daisy Manning still leading that. She's being hunted down though in lane 8, Amara Addison, and lane 7, Grace Greenhalgh, with Kate Cotter in lane 4 from Chelmsford on her tail as well. The gap's starting to open on this backstroke length, but as Chris said earlier on, the breaststroke really is the decider in the 400 metre individual medley. That 100 metre breaststroke can make it or break it, as they say. But it's still Daisy Manning, the orange hat of Basildon and Phoenix, leading the way here in this pool. Amara Addison in lane number 8 of Norwich won that green hat in lane 8, doing fantastically well, as is Kate Cotter, the blue of Chelmsford, as they come onto the halfway stage here. Daisy Manning in first, Kate Cotter in second, very closely followed by Amara Addison in third, Grace Greenhalgh, Lexi O'Connor, Charlotte Smith, all following them there. Can Daisy Manning hold on this breaststroke? It looks like Kate Cotter of Chelmsford is starting to reel her in on the breaststroke. On the left-hand side at the bottom of your screen, Amara Addison and Grace Greenhalgh battling out here on the breaststroke length, with Lexi O'Connor on the far side of the pool also coming into contention for this. Daisy Manning's lead has shortened quite substantially on this breaststroke, down to about, well, exactly 1.76 seconds there. Lexi O'Connor in third, Lisa Limnan in fourth position here. Daisy starting to speed up here, but Kate Cotter doing fantastically well to reel her in. Breaststroke must be a very strong stroke for her as they come into the final leg of this breaststroke section of the swim. Kate Cotter looks like she's just taken the lead here. It's going to be all to play for on the freestyle. Can Daisy Manning take back that lead on the free, or will Kate Cotter hold on? We will find out shortly. 4:12.34. Not much in it at all there, about 1.6 seconds there. Kate Cotter still leading. She's leading the way here. Daisy Manning doing her utmost to try and beat her. Kate Cotter's teammate Lisa in lane number 5, coming into contention for second, but Basildon and Phoenix, Lexi O'Connor in lane number 2, also in that third position. Kate Cotter of Chelmsford doing her absolute best to try and fend off any competition from Daisy Manning, but it's going to be incredibly tight, ladies and gentlemen, as they come on to the final 50. Kate Cotter looking incredibly tired here, but still got a little bit more energy to go and put in a strong shift, as it were. Daisy Manning doing her absolute best to try and claw back this, with Lisa Lieberman in lane number 5. Coming into second position, following her teammate. This could be a Chelmsford 1-2. And Lisa, incredibly strong swim. She even may have in contention for Kate Cotter, but as they come into the final 5 meters here, it's going to be incredibly tight. It's just going to be Kate Cotter of this Chelmsford taking first, 5:28.58. Lisa Lieberman in second position. What a swim from her, coming back into that second position, 5:28.66. Not much in it at all there. And Daisy Manning getting third position, 5:31.25. Well, that was an incredibly tight finish there, an incredibly surprising one, in particular for Lisa Lieberman in lane 5 of Chelmsford, coming back incredibly strongly on that breaststroke length and that freestyle, managing to take second position. Looking back then, we had some absolutely fantastic starts. That butterfly was an incredibly close run-of-the-mill backstroke, started to break away that formation, with the breaststroke really being that decider. Daisy Manning slipping back to third there, but the Chelmsford girls, that's a Chelmsford 1-2, finishing incredibly closely. I'm sure their coach is going to be really pleased with that result. And the official results are on your screen now. That's Kate Cotter, Daisy in first, Lisa Lieberman in second, and Daisy Manning in third. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be back at 11:40 for what I believe is the event 113, the boys and girls 12 years and over 100 meters butterfly. Stay safe in that time. Get yourself a cup of tea if you're at home, maybe a biscuit as well. Custard creams are my favorite, certainly. And we'll be back at 11:40. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to session 1B of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming, held here in Norwich at Sportspark. The time is 11:35, and we've had an already fantastic first half of this session in the 400 metres freestyle for the men's and the women's 400 metres individual medley. Let me just reintroduce our officials. The lead referee today is Jerry Metcalf, and she is joined by Stephen Christian. The starter for today is Dave Robinson, and I'm joined here in the commentary box, delighted to be joined by the wonderful Chris Maloney. A fantastic session coming up with the 100 metres butterfly for the boys and the girls. Lots of fast swimming there, hopefully many of them inspired by that fantastic Team GB result in the mixed 4x100 medley relay. Some fantastic swimming there, and I'm sure it's going to be replicated here in the pool. Swimming will be starting shortly. Well, it's certainly worth noting about this event in particular that not only is it 12 years and over, it also is a mix, so we're going to have males and females in this one. It's going to be very, very interesting, particularly as we get to the final few heats to see how all of the athletes compare, and of course expecting incredibly fast times from those athletes as well. So we will be starting shortly, just waiting on a few final technical checks, so do bear with us.
And we can also advise you that we are operating this event as a lucky lane, where there are some spot prizes for certain swimmers. You will not find out until the completion of the heat whether or not you have been a lucky lane winner. And so we move on to event 113. This is the mixed 100 metre butterfly, heat number 1. Referee. So this event to be swum in a total of 8 heats, just the 3 swimmers in this first heat. In lane 3 we have Mwaba Nkwasa for Norwich Swan. She is swimming in the S8 category. In lane 4 we have Bethany Wright from Brentwood. And in lane 5, Millie Al-Ali for Modernians. Millie going out strongly, she's approaching the turn. She goes through in 40.14. Millie's entry time for this event is 1:40.1. Bethany Wright and Marva turning pretty much together on 45 seconds. .25 metres to go now for Bethany Wright for Brentwood. 1:39.71 her entry time. Marba Nkwasa for Norwich Swan now just about 2 metres clear from Millie in third, but into the final 5. It is Bethany Wright for Brentwood. She comes in to complete. 1:35 for her, that's a good improvement over her entry time. Marva Nkwasa coming in to take second, and Bethany completes the heat. Well done, swimmers. Event 113, the mixed 100 metre butterfly, heat number 2. Referee.
In lane 2 then we have Lucy Barnard from Potters Bar, lane 3 Melaik Dagland from Leighton Buzzard, lane 4 Jana Mohammed from the city of Peterborough, lane number 5 Megan Clark from the city of Ely, and in lane number 6 Daisy Turp Dawes from Halstead, and lane number 7 Daisy Stimpson from West Norfolk. What looks to be a very strong start here from Megan Clark in lane number 5, closely followed by Jana Mohammed in lane 4. Only about a second in it there. Third and fourth place also very hotly contested, not much in it at all here. With these 6 swimmers we're seeing a grouping of 2. It looks like Jana is just pulling in front of Megan Clark, City of Peterborough. That hat there, pulling in front here as they come into the final home straight now. Very tough race, the 100 metres butterfly, takes a lot of energy out of you. But all of these athletes doing incredibly well, and we're coming into the final 5 metres, and it's going to be Jana Mohammed of the City of Peterborough who takes the first position here, 1:29.07. Megan Clark in second, 1:32.43, and Daisy Stimpson taking the third position of a 1:34.58. Some very fast swims there. And the confirmation of the official results there on your screen now.
Event 113, the mixed 100 metre butterfly, heat number 3. Referee.
The first heat then, where we see girls and boys racing together. In lane number 1, Charlotte Lowe from Chelmsford. Lane 2, Francesca Barber from Stowmarket. Lane 3, William Faber from Chelmsford. In 4, Molly Burrows from City of Peterborough. 5, Oscar Shawani from Flitwick. Lane 6, Forbes Irvine from Disotters. Lane 7, Isabella Stratton-Thompson from Colchester. And lane 8, Harriet from Hatfield on a better stock. Lane number 3 then, William of Chelmsford doing fantastically well. He is followed in second position by Isabella in lane number 7 there. Only about, well, 2 seconds in that on the turn. Charlotte Lowe in third, Oscar Shawani in fourth. A very strong swim here for William Faber of Chelmsford. 13 years old, his entry time is a 1:26.09. But coming up on his right-hand side, Isabella Stratton-Thompson of Colchester doing incredibly well here. Her time, a 1:29.50. It's going to be incredibly tight on the touch as they come into the final 5 metres. It looks like Isabella is just going to take this first position here. And she's going to touch with a 1:22.05. William in second, 1:24.76. And in third position is
And just to confirm, that was a lucky lane heat, and the lucky winner in lane 1 is Charlotte Lowe. Charlotte, somebody will bring you your prize.
And the confirmed results there for the heat 3 of the 100 metres butterfly.
Event 113, the mixed 100 metre butterfly, heat number 4. Referee.
The City of Norwich's Amelia Marshall goes in lane 1, lane 2, Thomas James of West Norfolk, lane 3, Amelia Rayner of Helsted, lane 4, Ernest Javandu of Chelmsford, lane 5, Kieran Lee of the City of Peterborough, lane 6, Jamie Comity of Basildon and Phoenix, lane 7, Abigail Riches of Norwich Swan, and in lane number 8, Koba Patel of Potters Bar. All very close as we come to the 50 metre mark. Amelia Marshall turns first, 35.02, not a bad split at all for a 50 metre butterfly. Amelia Rayner in second, Kieran Lee in lane. He goes in third position there. Not much in it at all, but lane number 5, Kieran Lee is doing incredibly well. City of Peterborough swimmer, he's in first position. On his right hand side, Abigail Riches of Norwich Swan also doing very well, hunting him down here, but it looks like Ian is just going to be able to take the win in this heat as he finishes on a time of 1:16.38. Amelia Rayner second, 1:18.54, and in third position is Abigail Riches of the Norwich Swan, 1:19.12. And there we have the confirmed results of that heat.
Event 113, the mixed 100-metre butterfly, heat number 5. Referee.
In lane number 1, Jack Swindell of the City of Peterborough. In lane 2, Reece Burnell from West Norfolk. In lane 3, Megan Barker from West Suffolk. In lane 4, Isla Fullock-Holmes from the City of Peterborough. Lane 5, Rebecca Brown of Stowmarket. Lane 6, Samuel Black, also of Stowmarket. Lane 7, Olivia Minute from City of Peterborough. And in lane 8, from Putteridge, Eleanor McLeod. Right out in front then we have Reece Burnell of West Norfolk. He turns on a 31 dead. That's a fantastic split. Jack Swindell in second, 33.99. And Samuel Black in third position, 34.45. That lead is just going substantially now of Reece Burnell of West Norfolk. He's doing an absolutely fantastic job there. 3 seconds in front of his nearest competition as he comes into the final few meters now, on that final leg. Final 5 meters now is going to be him against the clock. Is it going to be a sub 1:10? This should be a very interesting finish, a very strong finish there. 109.89 from Reece Burnell. Congratulations to him. In second position, Olivia Minute of the City of Peterborough just gets there, 115.24, and Samuel Black there in third position, 115.31.
And Samuel Black in lane 6 is another winner of our Lucky Lane prize. So well done, Sam. Someone will bring you your prize. Event 113, the mixed 100-metre butterfly, heat number 6. Referee.
Moving on then to heat number 6, in lane 1 from the City of Peterborough, Vanessa Schoonover. Lane 2, Elizabeth Wright from West Suffolk. Lane 3, Emma Fields from Bishop Stortford. Lane 4, Greta Goddard from Colchester. Lane 5, Isabel Barber from Stowmarket. Lane 6, Noah Mann from Newmarket. Lane number 7, George Taylor of Bishop Stortford. And in lane 8, Hannah Cushion from Hatfield. Going right out in front then, it is Greta Goddard of Colchester, the yellow hat there, 31.59. Emma Fields of Bishop Stortford in second, 32.30. Very closely followed by Vanessa in lane number 1. Also playful, but it looks like Vanessa on the left-hand side is coming up. It's going to be very, very tight. We should certainly not discount George Taylor of Bishop Stortford on the right-hand side at the bottom of your screen there. George Taylor doing fantastically well, having a really, really strong last few strokes as he comes into the wall, into the final 5 meters now. It's going to be very, very tight here. Him against the time, and it's going to be 1:10.63. Greta Goddard in second. No, I correct myself. Greta Goddard in third with a time of 1:12.74. Vanessa Kurova in lane number 1, getting that second position with a 1:10.95.
Event 113, the mixed 100-metre butterfly, heat number 7. Referee.
From Hatfield in lane 1, Katie Jeffrey. In lane number 2 from St Felix School is Nathan Birchenough. Lane 3, Jack Barnard of Potters Bar. Lane 4, Luca Page of West Suffolk. Lane number 5, Harley West of Basildon of Phoenix. Lane 6, August Stevens of Newmarket. Lane 7, Charlie Payne of Newmarket. And in lane 8, Amara Addison of Norwich Swan. As we come to the 50-metre mark then, a very strong swim indeed from Luca Page, 29, first sub 30 seconds we've had on that split. Jack Barnard, 30.4, and Harley West, 30.81. 100 meters, not much in it at all. You really have to get a fantastic start, make sure that everything is right. No room for slip-ups. If you make one, it's a very, very costly mistake. But here in lane number 4, Luca Page doing fantastically well as he comes into the final 5 meters now. Looking very strong here as he touches and takes a 104.09. Second goes to Harley West, the orange hat of Basildon and Phoenix, 105.78. And Jack Barnard of Potters Bar takes third with a 106.44.
And we have another lucky lane winner. This time it is Nathan in lane 2. Congratulations, Nathan. Someone will bring you your prize.
The last event of this session then, heat number 8, the timed final of the mixed 100 meters butterfly. In lane number 8 from Stowmarket, Matthew Brown. In lane number 1 from Colchester, Eleanor Dooley. In lane number 7 from the city of Norwich, Oliver Bernardine. In lane 2 from the city of Cambridge, Christopher Williamson. In lane number 6 from West Norfolk, it's Joseph Wells. In lane number 3 from Devon, Max Ashken. In lane number 5 from the city of Cambridge, Sebastian Vandermeer. And in lane number 4 from West Norfolk, Nathan Wells. This is the timed final of the mixed 100 meters butterfly. Over to you, referee. Our only female competitor in this final, Eleanor Dooley, in lane number 1. Lane number 4, we have Nathan Wells of West Norfolk. His time of 56.60. Is he going to be able to beat that? It's going to be very, very tight on the touch here between himself and Sebastian Vandermeer of the city of Cambridge. Wells in first, 27.20. Vandermeer turning a second behind him, 28.19. Joseph Wells, 29.10. But it's going to be Nathan Wells here. He's speeding away from the rest of the pack. Sebastian Vandermeer and Joseph Wells in lane 5 and 6, battling it out for second place here. But it's going to be Nathan Wells who's coming into his final home straight here, looking incredibly strong. Final 5 meters here. It's going to be sub 1 minute. It's a 58.14 for Nathan Wells. Sebastian Vandermeer in second position, 1 minute .85, and Joseph Wells claiming third, 1.02.10. So some fantastic swimming there. Absolutely amazing strong swims there. And those are the confirmed results for those 6 individuals who competed in that time final. And we'll be taking a look at some of the session's highlights.
That concludes the competitive swimming for this session. The pool is now open for 10 minutes for a swim down for swimmers who wish to.
Just a reminder, as you can see on the screen, we're re-watching all of those events. If that's something you want to do after this, the live stream is available on YouTube. Go to Swim England East Region, the Twitter page on that, follow the links, and you're able to re-watch the live stream. Results are also available online. Go to the Swim England Twitter, Swim England East Region Twitter, and have a look at those results there. The heat and start sheets are also available for the next session up online, but in the meantime, enjoy the rest of the highlights, and we will be back here at a time of 12:55. So grab some lunch, sandwiches, whatever you fancy, and we'll be looking forward to welcoming you back at 12:55.
Just a reminder for all team managers, coaches and swimmers who are in the gallery, we are clearing the gallery of all swimmers. Coaches, you are free to remain, but should you be leaving the gallery, can we ask you just to give your seat a wipe down with the